Hey there, my wonderful viewers. We are back into the Planet Zoo episode number 2, and we are going to continue the career. So, last time we did the Bernie's Goodwin House, I think. Yeah, Goodwin House, yeah. Bernie Goodwin. So, we are going to do his second zoo, I think so, and the conservation project. As you can see, this is all a tutorial, and then there are. So, as you can see, we're going to start the conservation project. So, let's do that. So let's load into the next adventure and then we can see how it goes from there on. So this is the second zoo that we are going to do, the Venice Goodwin Zoo. So let's try it out and let's go. Wow, this zoo looks so amazing.
Welcome to Madagascar. It's quite the change of scenery from dreary old England, huh? Apart from the weather, I suppose. They don't call these places rainforests for nothing. The zoo you'll be working in is an ape sanctuary, where we're doing vitally important conservation work. Not just for apes, but for all kinds of species. But apes, well, apes are some of the closest relatives to humans there are. And yet, the way the world treats them is like, well, very much like some of us treat our actual relatives. Anyway, that's why I'm determined that our operation here does some good. If we can all leave some part of the world in a better state than we found it, we'll have lived lives worth living. And speaking of states, I have a horrible feeling I left the house in the right one. When I get back, I expect my life won't be worth living at all.
What do you think of Madagascar then? Bit warm for my taste, to be honest. Anyway, this is Bernie's primate sanctuary. It's not just primates though, we've got all sorts of animals. So why don't we go and have a look at some of them, eh? We'll start by taking a look at the Red Ruffed Lemurs. They're the ones that look like they should be in a Shakespeare play. Come on, let's head over to them.
So we are beginning the adventure here, but let me just what's that? Okay, that's cool, some epic music, but I need to look at my settings, and the graphics has some issues in my game. I don't know why, but okay. So now that is done, I just did some few adjustments here and there. Something causing my laptop get crashed, and that's why that's why like there's been some cuts in before the intro section which I recorded. So let's hope that won't happen this time. So let's continue recording and let's go to the lemur.
Red Ruffed Lemurs are found in the rainforests of Massoala. That's in northeast Madagascar. They can actually live anywhere from 15 up to 25 years.
Good.
Fancy that, eh? Okay, when you're ready, let's go find our Bornean orangutans.
Okay, there I saw that. There, let's go there to the orangutan.
The Bornean orangutan is such a marvellous creature. They're always a big favourite at any zoo they feature in, and they're also the biggest tree-dwelling animal on the planet. Assuming you don't count any lions that got stuck up one. Oh, why don't you take a better look at them? Open up their information panel and go into the animal camera.
How I like there was this funny incident like how I got to know about orangutan. It was like when I was kid, like me and my sister, like we fight each other. So we used to call like animals names. Like when you were a kid, you call like monkey or donkey, so like that. So certainly, like sometimes long back, I think so. Like I think I don't know. my sister called me or something like orangutan. Like that time, from that time onwards, like I got to know about orangutan, and I was like, what is this orangutan? Then only I understood like they are one of like the apes category, one of them. So now like knowing them and seeing them like how cute and how like especially the baby ones, how cute are they? It's I think I don't mind call no anybody calling me that. But it's they're so cute. Yeah, let's go to the zoo into the camera. Wow,
Aren't they just incredible?
I like the baby ones actually. Let's look into the baby one more time and then
When you're
here we go.
ready, let's go and have a look-see at some of our
No, no.
beautiful bonobos. They're quite the characters.
Sorry about the camera angle. I was just trying to get a better view of and trying to get a good thumbnail for my next video so you can understand what I'm trying to do here. Let's go into camera mode and yeah, this is exactly what I want. A good thumbnail for my video. I can use one of that frames. So yeah, now that is done. Let's go back into the next one. Think they want us to go somewhere else now. Let's see whether we're that. Locate the highlighted area. Where is that now? Oh, there. Where is this animal now? One of the apes.
Oh dear! It looks like we've arrived just in time. One of the habitat's barriers has collapsed. And wouldn't you know it, one of the bonobos has made a run for it. We'll need to catch them. But before we do, we should box up the other bonobos to stop them escaping too. Select the habitat boundary to bring up the habitat information panel.
Oh, that animation looks fantastic. Now let's... This is the bonobos, right? So let's... How to move them? Oh, first I think to...
Good. Now open the animals
Yeah.
tab.
Animals. Where is animals?
And click on Box All Animals to box up the remaining bonobos.
How do you box all of them? Is it it? Yeah, box all animals. Okay, done. Oh, I have to play.
Now, we'll need a vet to recapture that escaped bonobo, but it seems our last one left to do some research in the wild. Not an ideal situation. So, we'll need to hire a replacement, sharpish. Go into the zoo section and then into the staff management area.
Yeah, let's do that. And hire a vet, right? Yeah.
You can find all of your staff in here, but there's no time to go looking at their particulars at the moment. Hire a vet. Great, now let's deal with our Esc-Ape before they can cause too much havoc. Use the animal alerts to jump to the escaped bonobo. And then click on the Call Vet button to call the vet over to capture it.
Call vet button is not coming, so what do I do? I think I have to reload the game. I have to start again. So you guys can see me after finishing up this whole thing once again, and then I will see you guys after finishing this particular thing. And so yeah.
Select the habitat boundary to bring up the habitat information.
Okay, so now I'm back
panel.
here. I think I can do this once again. Let's do this. Box them all. Done.
Now, we'll need a vet to recapture that escaped bonobo, but it seems our last one left to do some research in the wild. Not an ideal situation. So we'll need to hire a replacement, sharpish.
Let's do
Go
that.
into the zoo section and then into the staff management area.
And we're going to... No, not him. Let's hire a vet.
You can find all of your staff in here, but there's no time to go looking at their particulars at the moment. Hire a vet.
And then let's go catch this one.
Okay, that's the relief. So while the vet deals with our bonobo friend, let's go fix up their habitat so they can't escape again. Head back over there.
So let's go back there and
As you can see, the barrier's collapsed. Someone's taken their eye off the ball, obviously. Let's get this one replaced. Select the barrier and then we'll edit it. Delete the broken section of barrier and replace it with a brand spanking new one.
how do you delete it? And now that's a question that I have to do. Edit the barrier. And this one. Okay, so how do you delete it? To delete it, press delete. Okay, so that's fine. Done. And now then add one.
Good.
Good.
Now that we've done that, we need to make sure to add climb-proof barriers to the top. That way the bonobos won't be able to climb out. Just make sure you've got the correct piece of barrier selected when you do that.
Okay, climb proof. Okay, done.
Nicely done.
Thank
And
you.
I think it's high time we unbox those bonobos, wouldn't you say? The poor mites will get sad if we leave them in there for too long. Select the habitat barrier to bring up the habitat information panel again.
Okay, done.
So, it turns out that as well as the old vet leaving, the zoo's mechanics did too. We'll need to hire a couple of new ones so we can help stop any more breakouts.
Let's do
You
that.
see, mechanics do all sorts of helpful things around the zoo, but one of their most important jobs is taking care of the habitat barriers. Without mechanics around to repair them, the barriers will crack, crumble, and fall down.
Okay,
And before
so
you know it,
first
we'll be
mission is done
overrun with
right now.
escaped animals.
That is good because last time we was having that
Go
issue.
into the zoo
So now let's
section
do
and
this
then
and
into the
finish it off.
staff management area again.
Okay, I don't want to put that guy over there.
Gosh, we have been busy, haven't we?
So now
Good
let's go.
work there. I'm off for a cuppa. Oh, I think Bernie wants a word with you.
Oh, I hear you had a bit of an issue with an escaped bonobo. The main thing is that you dealt with it swiftly, and more importantly, without the animal stealing someone's clothes, putting them on, and then walking out of the front gate.
But that was in like a safety work because it took some time and yeah.
You see, another key responsibility for our vets is animal research. Researching animals allows vets to unlock new enrichment items, additional information for our education resources, enhanced breeding programs, and improvements to food quality. The animals' food, not the vets. It'll take more than a research grant to improve the staff canteen. Anyway, as you can see, research is a key part of running your zoo. In order for a vet to undertake research, they require a research centre. And once again, that's something that this zoo is missing. So let's build one. I've marked out an area for you to put it.
Isn't that done? Yeah, done. Now build
Right. Splendid work.
beginner research.
Now
Okay.
that we have a brand spanking new research centre, we can give our vets something to do in there.
Education facility.
By the way, it's
Vet
worth
research.
noting that the vets will only do research when they're not required to do any other jobs. That said, you can change what jobs a vet does via their information panel. But let's not worry about that just now. So, let's get our vet researching ringtail lemurs. Go into the zoo section and select vet research.
Wait, that is not ringtail. Oh, that's why. Okay, so
Here, you can see a list of all the animals present in your zoo, and also all
Yeah,
the
done.
potential diseases that can occur. Now,
yeah.
drag and drop your vet onto the ring-tailed lemur to start their research. Actually, thinking about it, I'm not sure we've got any education boards or speakers by the lemur's habitat. Let's head over there and add some, so our guests can learn all about the furry little delights.
Cool. So where is that place again? Yeah, here. This area. So now we have to...
First off, let's pop down 2 education boards. Place them on the habitat barriers at a height that guests can see, or, if you like, pop them down on a stand.
Align to surface, and here we go. Done. 1.
Okay, now that they've been put into position, we have to tell them what animal to display information about. Select one of the education boards to bring up its information panel. And from the drop-down list, select Ring-tailed Lemur. Although I'm sure that last part was obvious. When you link an education board or a speaker to an animal, you need to make sure that said animal is close by. If it isn't, the guests will get confused and won't learn as much.
That's fine. So now done that. And there is one more here. Okay, so that is done. Now...
Okay, now that we've done the education boards, let's pop down a pair of speakers. Speakers play audio to the guests so they can learn while they look at the animals, instead of having to go through the laborious process of reading. Oh, one thing to bear in mind is that it's important not to put the speakers too close together. If you do, the guests won't be able to understand what's being said.
Let me take that and... no, not that. This...
Now we simply need to link the speakers to the ring-tailed lemurs, just like you did with the education boards.
I hope I put something over here. Everything but that. And now let's do that, and yeah.
Fantastic! Oh, it's worth remembering that education boards and speakers both need power to work. They won't do much good without it. Oh, it looks as though our vet has completed their research on ring-tailed lemurs. We'll need to collect the results. We can do that by clicking on the notification or by going back into the vet research area.
And now let's go and collect that research completed task.
Collect your research rewards.
So yeah, that's done.
Just so you know, vets will continue to research an animal even after successfully completing a research level. I suppose when you're in the zone, you're in the zone.
Okay, now you have to create some climbable areas for the lemurs. So now that is the next thing.
Well, now that we've enriched the lives of our guests, let's enrich the lives of our ring-tailed lemurs. Some animals, like lemurs, will have a climbing need. That means they have a requirement for a certain amount of climbing space, and you can fulfill that requirement by building them a climbing frame. Let's find out how much more climbing space our lemur friends need, shall we? Select one of them and bring up their information panel.
Okay, so how do I keep just this? Is it because it's aligned to the surface? Maybe that. I can keep it like from here. I have to press.
Next, click on the Terrain tab. Now, as you can see, the lemurs need quite a lot more climbing space. But as it happens, I've already got a climbing frame blueprint built for you. So you can either pop that down or build one yourself from scratch. By the way, it's not always just climbing needs that you have to worry about.
Oh,
Other
okay.
animals might need a certain amount of water in their habitat so they can go for a swim. They certainly do keep us on our toes.
So this whole thing I did was pretty much waste. Wow, nice. So now we have to increase the
That's
foot.
a great climbing frame for them. They're going to absolutely love it. Do you know what would make them even happier, though? Nicer food. But that's true of all of us, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
We
I
can
love my
unlock
food.
better quality food for
I need
animals through research.
good food for that as well.
Luckily, we've already unlocked some for the lemurs, so all that remains is to make sure they get served it from now on. Let's bring up the habitat information panel by selecting the lemur habitat. Lovely. Now select the Animals tab.
Yeah, let's do that and increase that to quality number 2. Done.
So, a new climbing frame and better food. Oh,
See.
you've really spoilt those lemurs rotten.
Come on, they are using mine,
Now,
not
I
your
think it's time we looked
blueprint.
at one of the zoo's most important
So that's
responsibilities.
something happy
Releasing
that I did at
animals
least
into
this,
the
and they're
wild.
using it.
You see, when we feel an animal is ready, we can release them into the wild. But what makes an animal a good candidate for release? Well, their age is an important factor. I mean, we can't release an animal that's a juvenile, just as we can't release one that's gotten too old. They'll also need to be fertile. After all, the idea is to repopulate the wild, so the best candidates will have a high fertility gene. And together, the age and fertility of a candidate will determine how many conservation credits we'll be rewarded when we release them.
True.
Now, conservation credits are vitally important. They're the lifeblood of your zoo, because earning them allows you to adopt even more animals. And what's more, the animals you can adopt will be of a higher quality. So, with that in mind, let's pop over to our orangutan habitat. Okay, I'd like you to find Agang, the Bornean orangutan in the habitat, and select him, please. You can either click through each orangutan in turn, or select the habitat barrier, go to the Animals tab in the Habitat Information panel, and find him in the Animals list.
So this is the candidate. Where is he? Is it him? So now what we do? Just release, but it's not happening. How do we press release? Oh, here we go. That is Ang. And now release him to the wild. Bye-bye.
I know it's sad to see him go, but he'll be happy out in the wild.
True, yeah.
And he's a wonderful candidate for release. Young, strong, and fertile. Excellent work there. You've definitely got potential, you know.
See, this game is because like each teaches us that conservation is important, and I really love that because it's really
I see
important
you've
to
been
have
doing
like
some homework.
this whole.
Although it hardly seems like work when you're learning about something as adorable as a ring-tailed lemur. I imagine I'd have got much better grades at school if there'd been less algebra and more aldebra. Tortoises.
In the gap that's been left. Just add it to the building like we did with the research centre earlier, then pop it into the gap. Perfect. The next thing to do is adopt an exhibit animal to go in there. How about a Gila Monster? Open up the exhibit trading section and adopt one.
The idea of conservation is good.
When you send an
So
animal to an exhibit, it'll automatically be given the correct setup. But that doesn't mean it's completely ready for them. So let's finish it off. We'll start by adding some enrichment items. Click on the exhibit to bring up its information panel. Good. Now click on the Layout tab.
so done. That's it.
That's the ticket. And the last thing we need to look at is setting up the different windows. So click on the Windows tab.
Windows there, and
You can edit and customize any of the windows on an exhibit. A window can be closed and blank, or have a two-dimensional background, or even a three-dimensional background on it. Why don't you have a play around with the options?
I like my 3D.
There's also an exhibit education board. Pop them down near your exhibits to teach your guests about them. Let's add one now. Just like the education boards and speakers we put down for the ring-tailed lemurs, you'll need to link these to the Gila Monster. Go on. Lovely stuff. Now our guests can learn all about our venomous friend here. Right, now, I've got a bit of a big job for you. I need you to increase the number of species in the zoo. You'll probably want to adopt both habitat and exhibit animals to do so, which will mean building plenty of new habitats and exhibits for them. Go on, off you pop. I'll check in with you when you're almost done.
Okay, so where do I keep them? Like, I can keep them randomly, or do you have to like arrange and so I think pretty much like I can keep it them anywhere. If that's the case, then yeah, let's do it. Let's construct the path. And have some exhibits first, because I think that's more easy right now. Now one is done, so let's do another one. Frog, that's something good. And then we can go and send them also to one of them, and then yeah, I will change that, but let me just add some more of the animals. Then What next to this one? I think the one that we added right before. So Gila Monster. Snail. Wait, Snail was there in the game? I didn't know that. Wow. That was fantastic. I didn't know that. Snails were there. Because when I was watching from the other people, like I didn't know the snails were there. That's good. So snails are there now. And let's change the temperature and all. Oh, there is no this thing. So let's add a solar panel. Got it, but I need to move this one. So how do I move? Yeah, move. Adjust the temperature for the snail and then the frog as well, so they feel safe. I think temperature is also fine. Yeah, so that is done. So now that I think how much 3 more done, just one more need to add it, and then what should I add? Should I add animal, or since this the trail, I think I can go with one more Esc-Ape because yeah, that's it I think, and then and some exhibit animals now. Go to trade and then let's add some exhibit animals. I think some people don't like when they see like this kind of animals, like bugs and all, especially this is the cockroach, right? Yeah. But when I see them, I don't like it, creepy. But even I don't like them, so that is there. These are the bugs category. Let's get them into the perfect temperature. Yeah, done. Now let's add the facilities for them. I know not keeping that perfectly attached to that, but still it's fine. So that is done, I think so. It doesn't increase the one. I don't know why. I will do a time lapse kind of thing and then finish this something that I'm creating right now. I think flamingo will be perfect fit here, so let's add some flamingos. Wait, should I add just the animals they tell or what? Maybe I think so, that's what they want. Okay, then let's add the strip here to here.
My, you have been busy, haven't you? Splendid! But now that you've adopted all these lovely new species, we need to make sure they're nice and happy. So let's get the average welfare across the zoo nice and high, shall we? And by we, I mean you. Go on, get to it. Lovely job there. You should be proud of yourself. Not only have you expanded the zoo and kept the animals as happy as Larry, but you didn't bankrupt us in the process. Amazing!
Wow! Well, you've certainly transformed the zoo. I barely recognize it. A wonderful new exhibit, some fascinating new species, and you've done wonders for the animals' welfare by enriching their habitats. Who doesn't love playing with a 3-foot wide soccer ball, huh? I mean, other than professional soccer players. I'm sure it wasn't easy, though. I expect money was tighter than a possum's pouch. Plowing all those funds back into the welfare of the animals doesn't make running these places a picnic. Although, it does make me feel a little less guilty about how much our gift shops charge. No, as far as I'm concerned, the only reason to run a zoo is to help animal kind. Sadly, it appears some other people have far less noble goals.
So is this done? Oh, it's done. So I don't have to do this. So I think this is the final part of this whole project. So I'll just finish off this one habitat anyway, because anyway I started. So then we can finish it off and then move on from there to another zoo, another day, another event in this game. I think they need a water facility to drink. He has a swimming thing. Can I do? I don't know, because see, displayed by the scenario, disabled by the scenario. Yeah, so that's it, I think. So I can't do any more to that poor guy over there. Anyway, other than that, maybe just add few like plants and things, stuff like that. Let's look at the plan. Coverage is less, and what he needed. Tropical. So let's go to tropical. Rotation. I can go to the biome. Tropical and temperate. I can see that, and now no, not that. So that is not working. And then what about this? Yeah, just adding one tree itself, it's fine. That is a bit long. I can keep small one over here. Yeah, one over there in the middle. So yeah, that's it. Coverage is done. Everything is done. Now let's have the animal get settled, and then so I think nice time. The rain is something like, it's a blessing from God that people tell, or the blessing from the ancestor, something like that. it used to tell. So with this rain, I think I can stop and finish up this zoo. So then that's it, folks, for today, and have a nice day. Only that bit of glitch kind of thing happened in between of that. That I think, I don't know if I forgot this monkey category name. I don't know, ape category name. Yeah. So anyway, without that glitch, so that's it for today's episode, and thank you. I think as you can go and enjoy this episode today, and please like, share, comment, and give your suggestions down below what I should do next. I think my franchise mode is not working, and some issues with my internet. So I think I can do a sandbox mode if you want, and I will continue this career mode thing with the next episode. So then that's it, folks, and have a good day. Bye, and see you soon with the next Planet Zoo adventure. So bye.